Hi, this is Keith Davidson, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about hiring a lawyer. Hiring a lawyer, especially if you haven't hired a lawyer in the past, can be a very scary experience, and it's hard sometimes for those of us who are lawyers to really understand how scary it is. Every day we're out there fighting for our clients in trust and will disputes, and we kind of take it for granted that we know what we're doing and we know how the process works. And sometimes we have to slow down and remember that when clients come in, they're not maybe acquainted with the court system and they don't understand how all of this works. And as a client, if I was a client coming into a lawyer, the reason I would find it scary to hire a lawyer is because number one, I'd be afraid of how much it's going to cost me. What's this actually going to cost at the end of the day? I'd be afraid about whether or not the lawyer actually has the knowledge that I need to help me prosecute my case, and are they really going to fight hard for me? And of course, I would be afraid of just whether or not I would actually get along with that lawyer. Is that somebody that I'm going to be able to work with over time? The worst part about being a lawyer is I can't tell people how their case ultimately is going to turn out. I am not in control of the resolution of that case. That's up to a judge or jury to decide, or sometimes the parties work out a voluntary settlement somewhere along the way. So I can't promise you that I'm going to win, but what I can promise you is the level of services that I'm going to provide and the level of dedication that I want to bring to your case. And that's really what you want to find in a lawyer. So you need to talk to a few lawyers, interview them, and make sure that you're comfortable with the person that you're communicating with. Is this somebody who you can work with and who you feel comfortable communicating with? And then you have to know that, of course, they've done this sort of thing in the past and that they've done it successfully. They know the steps to take and they know how to push a case. Of course, every case is different and every case has its ups and downs. Every case has its unique qualities they have to keep in mind. But you also want somebody who's been in the trenches before, has fought the good fight, and has come out the other side, and most likely has been more successful than not. And lastly is the money, and that's the hardest part for a lawyer to nail down. How much is this case going to cost me? And I actually have written a couple of blog articles about what litigation fees can be like. But I always tell every client that comes in the door, if you're going to enter into the litigation arena here in California, I can guarantee that you're going to spend a minimum of $15,000 to $20,000 on that case, whatever it is. And then it goes up from there. So anybody who's going into a lawsuit thinking that they're going to spend less than that really is deceiving themselves. And so you really have to ask yourself, is that the type of case that you have where it's worth that kind of a fee? And a lot of cases it is worth that kind of a fee because there's a lot at stake. So these are some of the elements and some of the issues and ideas that you should keep in mind as you go out and decide what lawyer you're going to hire.